Today we're doing a trail off Highway 166 called the Adobe Trail. It's a pretty steep trail. I'm only going to do about 10 miles today, and I'm 1 week out exactly from my 50K race at Montana de Oro. Next week at this time I will be on the trail. So this is like my last long run, if you want to call it that. So we're going to head on up here and I'm going to show you what it's like, 10 miles on the Adobe Trail. Let's go. So this is a pretty difficult trail. There's a lot of climbing on this trail. And I haven't been on the trail in quite a while because there's been so many fires around here. Just under a year ago right now, we had the big Thomas fire that started in Santa Paula and moved all the way up through Ventura, Carpinteria, Montecito, and to Santa Barbara. And that affected us here with a lot of the smoke and everything. We had a big fire here just earlier that same year, last year. This area I expect will go up in flames sometime in the next few years. I don't mean to be pessimistic, but look how dry it is here. This is like desert land here, and there's so much kindle to burn. So gotta run it while we have the chance. So take advantage of it and appreciate it while you're here, you know. So but yeah, steeper than I thought. So I think I'll still be going 10 miles today, but if it continues with this super steepness, this is a taper week and I need to recover too for next week's run, and I don't want to be pushing super steep trails, you know, the whole time. So we'll see how it goes. You have to be super careful. It's like a fine line that you need to walk when tapering. So but the good news, or I don't know if you call it good news, but I didn't run it all during the week this week, and I really should have. So you know, this is kind of making up for that too. So let's keep going. So I wanted to tell you, there are a couple of dangerous things on these trails here. First of all, these trails are not well used at all. You'd be lucky to see anybody on these trails at any particular day. They're just not well used, not well known. Just a random trail off Highway 166. And what happens is you get into a whole bunch of these little side trails, these animal use trails, these mostly abandoned fire roads from old ranch roads, you know, and it's really hard to tell which way to go sometimes. So I've been lost up here multiple times. No surprise, I get lost very easily. So, but that's one thing, you gotta kind of be careful and try to find your way back. Last time I was up here, I literally was having a really hard time finding my way back. So, and I don't have any cell phone reception here, so I can't just look up the trail, so see what my route was. So it's kind of fun. So I'll tell you about the other danger pretty soon. So the second danger you have to worry about on these trails are cow pies. Lots of cow pies. If you're not from, I don't know, cattle land, cow pies are pretty much landmines planted by cows or any kind of livestock. And they're big piles of poop. And they're everywhere on this trail, so you really have to be careful. They can cause serious damage to your pride and the enjoyment of your run. So you have to be very careful of cow pies. So they can be hard as a rock bricks. They can be soft as Jello. The wide variety is part of the factor of them being so dangerous. So please be very careful. Okay, I think we're at the point I'm going to turn around. I'm at about 4.5 miles, so I'll get about 9 miles. This trail is dropping quite a bit down into another valley, and I don't really want to deal with that any more climbing. Plus, on the way back, it's very likely I'll get lost and I'll add on some additional distance. So if you're me, you always have to consider that when you're mapping out your runs. Add on about 10 to 20% additional mileage for wandering aimlessly trying to find my way. So if you're a normal person, you could just do an out and back. It's easy. But we're gonna start climbing back up this hill. It's kind of along this ridge line right now with a bunch of oak trees around. It's pretty nice, but I've gotten enough today, so let's start heading back. All right. Well, I almost got lost twice so far, and I know where I'm at now, but back a little ways, I was 100 yards from heading off on this trail down the wrong ridgeline, have no idea where it would lead, and all of this land looks so similar. It's just like rolling hills. There are no real landmarks or anything, so I caught myself back there. You could see it on the map where I just dramatically cut. But I was trying to follow the ridgeline down, and all of a sudden nothing looked familiar, so I headed down this road, and luckily this is the intersection I showed you earlier where the trail forked. And this is a private road behind me here, so so close. If I just headed another 100 yards, I wouldn't have even been able to understand where I was, but I got lucky here. So here's a tip for you though. If you're ever out and you're using like Strava or something like that to map your runs, I don't have any cell phone reception here, so I can't see the map, but I can see the line where I've gone. So there's no map, but the line is still displayed, and that could tell you if you're off or not. So that's what saved me back there. So, but now we need to head down this trail, and I feel confident it's a piece of cake from here. Famous last words, I guess. Let's see.